today. And his pass.
I see Flacco goes week 1, starting, opening drive.
Season 2, episode 4 of What the Football. My name is Jeremy Horwath.
And I'm Chance Gardner.
And welcome back. Happy Saturday. I am in a very good mood coming off of this last Sunday and very excited for tomorrow. Chance, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Oh man, I'm feeling so good. Eagles got their first dub this season. We're 1-0, looking to go up against the Niners this Sunday, trying to go 2-0. Going to be a tough task, but we'll be going over it all today, going over the Falcons game, going over some players that did really well that day, and then also going over the Eagles 49ers preview, some keys to the game, what we think needs to happen for us, the Philadelphia Eagles, to win that game. And then you'll see our power rankings that we will update every week, have a new graphic for you guys every week, and just see who you agree with more, what agreements, what disagreements you have. But let's get straight into it, Chance. Last Sunday, the Eagles went into Atlanta in week 1 of the NFL season and came in and just completely dominated the Falcons.
Absolutely.
It was just from the jump. I mean, I didn't expect that on our last show. I had us winning 31-28. I thought the Falcons offense was going to be amazing. They have Arthur Smith, an offensive-minded head coach, a lot of weapons. Kyle Pitts didn't do much. I expected Pitts to have a great debut against this defense, but I mean, do you think it was more of the Eagles showing dominance, or do you think we just saw the true colors of the Falcons? Or a little bit of both?
I think it was a little bit of both. I mean, I was surprised the Falcons couldn't score. I mean, I thought it was going to be a shootout. I knew their defense was going to be on the more suckier side of the league.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it didn't come to a surprise that we scored, 32?
Yeah, 32 to 6 dominance.
So, yeah, it was surprising. Pitts didn't seem to be able to do much. And he was like, touted as like, oh, he's going to be, super great and whatnot. I mean, I don't have, any doubts that he's not going to be great or whatever, but he just, I thought of any team, he's going to destroy the Eagles because we have like nobody that should be able to cover Pitts, but it all worked out. So it was like, holy crap.
It did all work out, and Jalen Hurts had a great day. We all know my thoughts on Jalen Hurts. Nothing too bad, but just I do have my doubts. I'm not fully confident in the guy, but I was fully supporting him. I mean, he's our quarterback now, so I'm not going to show any real hate during the game, cheering for him and everything, And he didn't really prove. I'm going to say prove me wrong, because I did think he was going to have a good day against the Falcons. The Falcons defense, like just like how you were saying, is not a very good defense, but he did a lot better than I even thought. I mean, he threw for just under 300 yards, 3 touchdown passes. That one play to Devontae Smith. I think that was like the opening drive. It was very early into the game. Just a great drive from Jalen Hurts, and he even had a 2-minute drill where he just completely went in and drove down the field. So Jalen Hurts made me feel a little bit better about him this Sunday. My thoughts are continuing to rise, so I hope he can keep on doing that. A lot tougher task coming up this Sunday. But that Falcons game, it was just everyone was doing their job, and they were doing it really well. The offensive line was doing really well. The defensive line came into that game, and they were ready. Like, they were, oh my gosh, they were hitting Matt Ryan. That one picture Matt Ryan I know you love, where he's just laying on the field and he's like, I give up, I'm done. Bring in Rosen, bring in Josh Rosen. I'm done with this. So it was awesome. I love the defensive line's new move. If they're a sack, their whole kick when they all do it together.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome. But yeah, just Eagles really surprised me. Devontae Smith, Kenneth Gainwell, the rookies balled out. They really did. Devontae Smith got 1 touchdown pass, and he continued to have over 70 yards that game. Kenneth Gainwell got his first career touchdown, as just like both of us thought. Yes, I know, Chance, he was gaining yards well and gained a touchdown well. Yeah, I'm feeding into it. I love Kenneth Gainwell. He scored a nice touchdown, and it shows that he was a really good depth piece and was a really good draft pick already. This is kind of what we expected, was that he was going to come in and just get, like a little bit of touches and get some yards out of it behind Miles Sanders when he needed a break. And Kenneth Gainwell did a really good job that first game. Hopefully that can also continue. But yeah, did you like what you seen out of Devontae Smith? Do you wish that you saw more, or what was your thoughts on Devontae Smith?
I always wish that I could see more Devonta Smith, but no, I was really impressed. I mean, my God, there was one drive somewhat through towards the halfway point of the game where Smith just was like every single target.
It was that 2-minute drill before halftime.
Right, it was the 2-minute drill. He was just catching everything. He was always open. He came in clutch on the big third down. My God, he looks great. I mean. And when he gets the ball and he starts to run, like, he's not afraid of contact. Like, I know he took a shot, and it was like, oh my God. Every time I see him get hit, I'm like, oh, he's too small to take that hit. And then he just gets up. He's like, let's go. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, that could not be me. I'm sorry. No. There's 180, probably weighs less than that.
Yeah.
So I love Devonta Smith. I have no regrets about getting him at 12 or whatever.
10.
Oh my God.
So we traded up to 10 for him.
Right.
Drop your comments down below. What are your guys' thoughts of Devontae Smith? Do you wish he had a better debut? Do you wish he had more targets? Or are you completely happy with what you saw? Or do you have complete faith in this? Was it a great pick? In my eyes, I think it's a great pick. It's the guy I wanted in the beginning of the draft. In the offseason, I was saying, hey, Devontae Smith is the guy I want. If we're going to go receiver, I want Smith over Waddle, over Chase. Jamar Chase also had a really good game over in Cincinnati. A lot of rookies just had great games, as the Bengals had a crazy game over the Falcons. A lot of really good games on Sunday. Sitting on this couch over here for about 10 hours straight, not getting up, just watching football. It was great, and I cannot wait to do it tomorrow. But it just a lot of good football, man. Someone else had a really good game. Jordan Mailata, as news broke right after our show, directly after our show. It would have been great to have breaking news happen on the show, but no. Mailata was like, I'll wait like 20 minutes
after.
I'll wait a little bit after their show ends. Jordan Mailata signs an extension with the Eagles, 4 years, $64 million. First of all, before we even go over how great of a game he had, what are your initial thoughts on the contract, Chance? In my eyes, I really like it. It's a little bit risky because he hasn't started that many games in the NFL, but man, has he been an absolute stud. Also, you guys drop comments. What do you guys think about the Jordan Mailata extension? But Chance, what are your thoughts on the Mailata extension?
I like it. It's a little risky, like you said, yes, but I mean, you have to keep in mind that if we didn't take this and he pans out to be, say a top 5, even a top 10 left tackle, he's probably going to end up making almost double what we paid him or whatever it seemed like. And you have to keep in mind, yes, if you look at it, it says 90 million. You're like, whoa, that's a lot, but only I think 60 to 65 million of it is guaranteed.
Right.
So if it doesn't pan out, I mean, it's not the worst signing the Eagles would have made.
No, yeah, even down here, we got someone. Mailata is a stud. He really is a stud. I love the Jordan Mailata extension. I think that he will have. I just think it'll fully work out. What we've already seen by him, and I know the Falcons don't have great rush, but the game that he had against Atlanta. How about that one block? All I have to say is that one block, and you guys know exactly what I mean. When he came over and wasn't it actually like the NFL graded and put like a block of the week or something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
There's like a block
all
of the
these
week
breakdowns or something.
It was something like that. There. And Jordan Mailata got it when I forget he trampled over someone. And that guy did not know what was coming.
I don't know who it was, but it was some poor defensive back, I think, and he just got leveled.
And there was another play where a guy was rushing and Mailata was blocking to the right. And as he was going back, I guess out of the corner of his eye, he saw someone come and he didn't even turn his head. He just went
boom.
And the guy just fell on his back like he was done for. Like that was insane. Like I wish I saw that live. Like I actually noticed it, but Mailata is an absolute beast. I love the signing. This guy is the left tackle of our future. It sucks that we wasted a first-round pick, but hey, if we picked Jordan Mailata in the first round and he's going to play this well,
yeah,
whatever. It's just a little switch up. Didn't we get him in like the 7th round?
Something like that, 7th or 6th. Yeah,
from the 5th to the 7th round, he was drafted. We took a chance on a rugby player, and he has damn well worked out. It's awesome, man. Other than that, though, I don't have much more from the Falcons game. You have any more takeaways from that game, Chance?
One thing that I was worried about going to that game was Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks, because Lane's always injured and Brooks is always injured.
Yep.
But they looked pretty dang good. I mean, Lane had an awesome highlight block against Dante Fowler coming off the edge where he absolutely just pancaked the poor guy. And it was reminiscent of Lane's block back in 2017 against Von Miller, where he just made that kind of flashy, move and whatnot, and Lane just shut him down. So
he was like, not today.
Yeah, so I'm glad to see that Lane and Brooks and Kelsey too. I mean, Kelsey played an awesome game.
He did.
I don't know if you remember the one run play where Miles brought it out to the right, and then all of a sudden you just see Kelsey just coming in and just throwing like 2 or 3 different dudes.
That was the first play of the second half. I do remember that.
Yeah,
that was because Miles Sanders came out. He didn't have like a long rush into the game yet, and he came in and just first half, boom, he got like a 20-yard run. It was absolutely awesome. Some other guys, actually, I kind of just want to go over the defense. A name that we did not hear much of was Anthony Harris, but on the defensive side of the ball, what you kind of want is your name not to be heard. If your name's being talked about, it's usually something bad when it's on defense. Anthony Harris was not talked about much, and I think that's kind of something to look for. So far, it's been a good signing. Someone that I am worried about, someone that I did like the signing at first, but we'll see how it goes. Again, it's only 1 week. Not going to take too much from 1 week. But Eric Wilson, the linebacker we signed, good in coverage, but him tackling,
it's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare, and we can't have that as a linebacker. I know we have Singleton, the tackle machine, but again, he's not good in coverage. He's more of like the run stopper type. So having both, yeah, but if you're good in coverage, what's the main point of if you can't tackle them once they catch it? I mean, I don't know. It worries me a little bit. We'll see how it goes. But the defense in general, Calvin Ridley, after that first drive where he had a couple catches, didn't do anything in that game. Kyle Pitts, I would know I had him in fantasy, did not do much. I got the win with him, but he did not do much. Russell Gage, who I am very high on, their wide receiver 2, 0 receptions. Big donut. Held Matt Ryan to, 139 yards?
Yeah, something around there.
Ridiculous. They couldn't get a deep ball going. They were dumping it off every play. The only thing that, I don't know if it's going to be worrisome, but man, Cordell Patterson.
Oh.
Falcons running back, Cordell Patterson, special teamer, but put him in at running back.
Yeah.
He got a couple carries against us, and they really should have been using him more. Mike Davis had a couple decent runs, but that's what's going to happen. If you keep on just running and running, you're bound to get something. So nothing that I'm too worried about, but I'm very happy with what this team did in week 1. It's not what I expected. Maybe I thought a little bit too high of the Falcons. I can tell you damn well they're very low in my power rankings. A little bit of a sneak peek towards the end of the show, but we got this Sunday, 1:00, Eagles versus the 49ers. Now, this one, I'm a tad more worried about than the Eagles versus Falcons game. Just a tad. And I don't care who's that quarterback. 49ers, I think in most people's power rankings, they're at the least top 10, but I think that in a lot, they're also top 5. 49ers are a very good football team. They went up against the Detroit Lions last Sunday, and with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they were up 41-17. And then by some miracle, Jared Goofball and the rest of the Detroit Lions came in, scored 2 touchdowns, got the ball back. It was 41-33. Lions had the ball again, and the 49ers did not let them score again. So that game was a lot more closer than it really should have been. That doesn't really change my perspective on the Niners. I kind of call that game like it was 41-17, and they kind of just played back. It's not like they were playing up and they were playing terrible defense. The they just kept on getting little 20-yard gains, and that's just what's going to happen. They just could not recover an onside kick for their life.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about.
Even Kittle dropped the onside kick.
Yeah,
that was so weird.
Didn't know what was going on there, but that 49ers team is dangerous. They have a really good offense. They didn't even use Brandon Ayuk at all in that game.
Yeah.
Deebo Samuel had an insane game. They got George Kittle over there. Raheem Mostert is out, but they have Elijah Mitchell, who had a great game last Sunday. Trey Sermon, he can come in, and he's a game changer right then and there. A good offensive line. The only thing that's a little bit worrisome is their quarterback with Jimmy G, but he had a great game.
He did.
Jimmy G actually had a great game, and I don't remember the exact stat, but he had one of the higher, I think it was passer ratings on balls thrown, like 20 yards plus in the air on that Sunday. Jimmy G had a really good game Sunday, and if he's going to continue that against the Eagles, I'm worried. If they had Trey Lance in, I'd be even more worried because the things he can do is more than Jimmy Garoppolo. But I am very worried about that Niners game. What are your main thoughts on the games on Sunday?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a real test for the Eagles here. I mean, if you look at the matchups across the board, I mean, our strong suit is on offense is our offensive line.
Yep.
And on their defense, their strong suit is their defensive line.
It's their whole front seven.
Yeah, that team's going to be ridiculous. And if this Eagles offense is based somewhat around, the whole zone read scheme and, throwing quick little passes and having Jalen, pick apart the defenders that he can see and really working on the linebackers. Yeah. And they have arguably the best linebacker in football, Fred Warner. So, he's going to be able to defend that really stupidly well.
Yeah.
So this is going to be ridiculous. An absolute test here for the Eagles offensively. And then on the flip side, on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, our D line is great and their offensive line is, above average, pretty good. I mean,
yep, it's going to be a battle in the trenches. And Dalen down here says Ayuk will probably hurdle someone again this week. You are most likely right.
The Eagles always get hurdled. Always.
And Ayuk has done it before last year. That was on like a Sunday night game too. I remember that game, which somehow we put out a win. Last time we faced the Niners, we won when we weren't supposed to, but we did it.
Well, yeah, I think Nick Mullins was their starting quarterback.
We won. All right, we won. No, but yeah, no, you're right. It is a battle in the trenches. They have a good offensive line. We have a good defensive line, and vice versa. It's gonna be it's gonna be a show. What is kind of your score predictions if you were gonna go into this? No bias.
I think it's probably gonna be 24-21 in favor of the Niners.
You think it's gonna be that close?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really close game. And I think it's going to be a lot of, defense.
A lot of defense. Okay, so what I really am curious of is the 49ers defensive backs right now are not looking too great because of who's active. They just signed Dre Kirkpatrick. They got what's his name? Juwan Williams. Josh washed up Norman is over there. So their cornerbacks right now are not looking very good. That's kind of where I see where the Eagles are going to have to take over. I don't think we're going to have a good running game. I think we're going to have to hold in a couple blockers. I don't think that we can do much with the tight ends. I think it's going to have to be a Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith type game. Devontae's going to have to take over. I think Jalen Hurts is the one that can win us this game. How well of a game do you think Hurts will have? Because he's going to be able to try and run away from these D linemen like Nick Bosa and everything like that. So, how well do you think Jalen Hurts will do on Sunday? And how much do you think he is going to change this? I think he's like the main factor.
He's definitely the focus point of this game. But I think he's going to play well. I think he's probably going to struggle. In comparison to the Falcons game, which was the easiest little walk-on game, and just do whatever you want to him. But I think Jalen's probably going to have a decent stat line and probably 2 to 3 total touchdowns, and probably 1 or 2 turnovers, though, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
This game is going to be really interesting, though. I would say that it's going to be, a high scoring game, but the 49ers are going to run the ball a lot and they're going to chew clock, and we're probably going to be chewing the clock. I mean, with the short game and the run, I don't think we're going to be able to throw too deep. I think that, even though their secondary is weak, I don't think Jalen's going to get all that much time. Even
Exactly.
though how good our offensive line is.
They have one of the, if not the best front seven in the game. So that is what really worries me. That's kind of a key to the game, is we'll see how that goes, how the front seven is going to do against our offensive line, how much Miles Sanders can do. It's going to be hard for him. I think there's going to have to see, the thing is that if you can get a couple deep balls in this game, somehow get some time, keeping Miles Sanders to block, bring an extra tight end, bring Goddard or Ertz, please not Ertz, but Goddard in to help block, do something to get some extra time, and hopefully Devontae Smith can just try and do something crazy. Jalen Reagor had a good game too last week. So, he had a touchdown, had a couple nice catches. So we'll see if Reagor can get open. We got some guys that can go deep. Hurts has an arm. He can do it. It's just, how much time will he have? I don't know. And do I think he'll have a lot of time? Probably not. We'll see how it goes, though. A big key matchup that I'm very excited for is Jordan Mailata going off against Nick Bosa. Now, Nick Bosa was asked in an interview, what are your thoughts on facing Jordan Mailata? And he said, he gave a very boring answer. He's like, what did he say? He said, I don't look at the players I'm going against. I just look at myself, like, let's see how good I'll do. And I'm like, all right, man. Like, we're just asking what your thoughts are on Jordan Mailata.
You have to watch film on people. What do you mean?
Right,
you don't watch anybody? Come on now.
I don't know why you had to give such a boring answer. It's whatever. But I'm sure Jordan Mailata has got to be very excited. This is what's really going to prove he's going off against one of the best DNs in the league. Let's be real here. Nick Bosa is that good. Whether you love him or you hate him, he's really good. Oh, breaking news. Apparently, Josh Sweat just got an extension. Chance, if you want to look into that for me, give me some numbers.
I'm already on it.
Get in on that, because apparently Dalen coming in here first with us, giving us the breaking news. Josh Sweat just got an extension.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, what's the deal looking like?
3-year contract through 2024. It's going to be a $40 million contract.
26.9 guaranteed.
Yep. That could be worth up to $43 million. Wow.
Okay, so initial thoughts. I love it because I love Josh Sweat. I think he's an absolute. Wow, that is awesome. Hey, look, we got the breaking news.
Yes.
It happened on the show. Josh Sweat is now here for the next 3 years. I love it. I love it already. That means he better be getting a lot more playing time than Derek Barnett. Man, these late round picks getting over the first round picks so early in their career already. You know what? Howie? Good job.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
He's not fully out of here. He's blowing the first round picks. Imagine if he made good first round picks and he had these late ones. That should be happening. But good job in a late round picks. You know what he's kind of doing? He's just picking the big guys. Jordan Mailata, he's huge. He'll be good later on. Josh Sweat, he's tall as hell and strong. Let's get him. We'll figure him out. It's working. Whatever you're doing, keep the late round picks the same way.
Why didn't he pick up DK though? Why did he go with DK over?
He only does it past the second round. Chance, you know this.
DK was a third rounder.
Well, did he?
Almost a third rounder.
Yeah, he was almost.
He was
like
32 or something.
Yeah, he was late in the second round. But that is huge news. Breaking news here on DSM Media. We have Josh Sweat just got an extension. Huge. I love the deal. He's going to get more playing time than Derek Barnett now. He has to, because that's a pretty good amount of money. 3 years, $40 million, $26.9 million guaranteed. I think it's a great move. He's been an absolute stud for us. He's been a good depth piece for us. Brandon Graham's getting a little bit older in age, so how well is that going to fit? I think it's going to be great. Brandon Graham's going to be out on his way in the next couple of years, and hopefully Sweat will take Graham's role, and Graham can be more the depth piece once he gets a little bit older. So yeah, absolute stud. We've all loved Josh Sweat. I know you and me have talked about him for the past couple of years to get him more playing time. He had a great training camp, had a good preseason, and I guess that the Eagles just wanted to lock him up.
Where are we getting this money from?
I don't know where we're getting this money from. I don't know. I know that we did move around Fletch's contract. So what we did with Fletch is we moved a lot of his salary and switched it over to a signing bonus. So we gave him his money right away so that it doesn't affect the cap anymore. So we can fluctuate more with the cap. It's so stupid how easily you can get away with this cap.
The cap is a myth.
It shouldn't. It really isn't even a thing. Like, let's be real here. You can get away with anything. But Josh Sweat, man, love the deal. I absolutely love it. Man, where were we, by the way? Oh, I know.
No idea.
We were talking about Jordan Mailata, the other guy that got an extension last week, and what happened when he's going to be going up against Nick Bosa. That's what we were getting into. How excited are you for that matchup? Do you think it's going to work out really well? Do you think that Mailata is going to do really well? Because this is his first real going at it. A really good guy to be going up against. So what are your thoughts on that matchup?
I mean, honestly, I'm not all that worried.
Really?
I think Mailata's gonna. I mean, yeah, I think Nick Bosa is probably gonna get a sack, or like a TFL or something.
Right.
It's gonna happen. But as Mailata's first real test, I think I'm okay with that. As long as he shows hey, I can stand with these guys for the most part. As long as he doesn't get completely torched. If he lets up 3 sacks or some crap like that, then it's going to be an issue. But I'm not all that worried. I think Mailata has the strength to back it up, and obviously Nick Bosa does bring that element of the finesse moves when rushing. But I think Mailata is going to be able to deal with that. So I'm not worried. I'm not really.
I'm a tad worried, not because of Jordan Mailata. I just think that Nick Bosa is really good. What are they going to do again? Are they going to pull some stuff against him? I don't know. Nick Bosa is a really good player. Again, whether you love him or hate him, he's just a really good player, and it's going to be a tough task. I don't think that Mailata has faced someone of this caliber yet. And I don't know. Am I thinking too high of Nick Bosa?
No, I don't think you're thinking too high of him. I mean, he won, defensive rookie of the year, I believe, when he came in. If it wasn't for, I think he had an injury last year, he would have likely been in the runnings for defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, he's a great player.
He is. And it's just going to be a little bit worrisome. And we know he's going to be the one going up against Mailata, that whole entire front seven. It's going to be worrisome. And I love this offensive line, but we'll see how it goes. And you said your score prediction was 24-21 Niners.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to go with here. See, I'm actually going to do it. Philadelphia, the entire all of their sports, the Phillies do it. The Sixers have been good for a little bit now, so I'm not going to say them yet. But the Sixers and the Eagles tend to do this. No, my God, I messed up again. The Phillies and the Eagles tend to do this a lot. They're going to lose to the bad teams. They're going to struggle and be like, what's going on? We're supposed to be better than this. And the next week they'll come out and they'll beat one of the best teams. The Phillies have done it. The Phillies earlier this year got swept by one of the worst teams in the league, the Arizona Diamondbacks, in a 4-game series, got swept, and then came back right after and won a division against the Milwaukee Brewers, which is another insane game. Not going to talk too much Phillies about this because, man, that's saved for something else. But I'm going to go with the Eagles are going to win this game. I'm going to say I think Eagles are going to win 28-21. I'm gonna give me
by a
touchdown
whole
lead.
Touchdown.
I'm gonna say by a touchdown.
Wow.
I had it. Maybe it's a little bit biased. I try to keep
supposed to be
out.
the optimistic one.
I know, and I realize that, but I don't think it's because this team. It sounds so bad because I am an Eagles fan. I don't think this team is amazing. I don't think this team is better than the Niners. If I think that they'll go off in the if they face in the playoffs, I think the Niners will destroy us at one point. Just based on how this season goes and being a Philadelphia fan, I can see us winning this game.
I think it's possible too. That's why I have the score so close.
Now, do I don't know. I have a gut feeling. I really could not tell you why, but I got Eagles winning this one. I think Eagle, and you know what? And this is a really big deal. Why? Dalen says Devontae Smith's going to eat. He is. I really think Devontae Smith is going to have an amazing game. I really do. And Scotty down here says the 49ers aren't that great. They're beat up. Eagles starting 3-0. That is a take, Scotty.
3-0. You have
That's
us winning the prime
Scotty.
time game against the Cowboys next week too.
Scotty, I love
Wow.
it. Keep the optimism up. I love it. Scotty also says a little bit earlier, Bosa is great, but we haven't seen Mailata against someone that caliber, but that doesn't mean he can't. That's exactly how my thoughts are right now. Joey Bosa is really good. But, I mean, Mailata has not faced that yet. He also says Cowboys are beat up, too. Cowboys are beat up.
Yes.
You'll see, again, when we get into the power rankings videos, you guys got to stick around for that. We went in depth a lot into our power rankings, and ours are a little bit different, Chance and I's. So we'll see how that really goes. That's going to be very interesting, which is coming up extremely soon once we get done with this preview of the Niners. But, yeah, I have Eagles winning this one. I really do. Thing is just like how I said, the Eagles beat the good teams and lose to the bad teams. Wouldn't be surprised if we win tomorrow and then we lose against the Cowboys next week. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be totally shocked. But we'll see how it goes. Anything else you got on this preview?
No, I think we touched on pretty much everything, you know.
I think so too. Scotty, appreciate it. We need this win. Need this win, baby. Need this win this Sunday. I cannot wait. But getting into it just real quick, because it's something we've been talking about, and it's something that we're going to update every week. We're going to keep on talking about it. We got the power rankings.
Yes.
Now these, how excited we are about this. I've only taken a glance over Chances. I know he switched up since the last time we talked. And he made an amazing graphic for all of us. It's awesome, and we'll be updating that too, seeing how everything goes. But everyone's thoughts on our power rankings on the left, as you can see, Jeremy's power rankings. You can read it. You can read it all you want. I'm not going to be reading off every team because that would just only confuse people. We're just going to go over
the highlights and whatnot.
Just going over the highlights and stuff. On the left side is mine, Jeremy's power rankings. On the right side, you have Chance's power rankings, and a lot of teams showing up there. So we're gonna keep it up. We'll be over on the left here on the corner. Hope you guys can still read that. Give me your thoughts on the power rankings, what you guys think. Some key takeaways that I can see from Changes right now is he has the Rams at number 1, and man, I respect it. I am very high on the Rams. Everyone down in the comments, come down here. What do you guys think of the power rankings? Who do you agree with more? Do you guys think they're both very good? Do you guys think that these power rankings are the worst ones you guys have seen? I'll take any take you guys want. I think my power rankings are exactly how they're supposed to be. As you can see, something that might frustrate a little bit of people is the 20-22 mark, where I have Washington at 20, Cowboys at 21, and Eagles at 22. Still love the Birds, but being respectable and non-biased, I'm going to keep them down there. And some other takeaways. We both love the Browns right now. We have them at 4 and 5. Something else that I want to take away from Chance, get the Chiefs at number 3. What are your thoughts? What is your reason why the Chiefs aren't higher? Because let's be real, the Chiefs are a really good football team.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I just think their defense is lacking. I mean, sure, the Bucs defense was a little bit lacking, but they did, go up against the Cowboys, and they had the Cowboys are pretty much built to, stay in that game with all the wide receiver help that they have. And the Bucs' weak point, is the fact that their secondary is kind of trash, and especially with the loss to Sean Murphy-Bunting. I think that's who they lost on that Thursday night game.
Yeah, his leg is not supposed to do that.
Yeah, so that really puts the Bucs. I would have the Bucs at number 1. I initially did, but the Rams blew me away. But
Me too.
The Chiefs, I don't know. They're a really difficult team. I love the Browns, but after rewatching that game and whatnot, it was like they really shouldn't have, it took some mistakes by the Browns for the Chiefs to win that game. I mean, the Browns did have the lead for most of that game. They were explosive throughout it. It took was one mistake by Baker and one stupid mistake by their punter, and the Chiefs were right back in there,
Yeah. Scotty says on here, love the Rams this year. Stafford is a game changer. He is.
He absolutely is.
Jared Goff was still on this team. They are not ranked number 1 and 2 for us. Like, let's be real. When Stafford got traded, I already had the Rams the top 5 team, and the only thing that I was going to see is how Stafford going to fit in here. and he fit in really well. You could see it just week 1. Dalen says down here,
Right.
and a rare
Yep.
phone by Chubb too. Yes. So yeah, I am very high on the Browns. I still have them top 5. I love the Browns, but I'm not gonna take anything away from the Chiefs. And the fact that Patrick Mahomes completed the meme and he fully got, he says, F it, Tyreek's down there somewhere.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It was awesome. Yeah, so Chiefs number 1 for me. I didn't think that was too much of an argument, but hey, you have some compelling arguments there. Something else that I kind of want to get your thoughts on is I have the Broncos at 14. You have them at 24. Am I a little bit high on Denver? Probably.
Yes.
I could be a little bit high, but I saw a lot of this team. Their roster, they have a really good roster. They have a good defense. They have weapons. The only thing I was a little bit worrisome is Teddy Bridgewater, and I know he can't throw deep, and that's why I have them somewhere around 14. I don't think that's that bad, around the middle of the pack. But you have them at 24, and just so you have teams like the Raiders are above them. You have the Bengals and the Bears all above the Broncos, and all the other teams ahead of that. I could see them being better, so I'm not too much arguing about that. But the Bengals and the Bears are the most ones that I am. Do you think the Bears are beating the Broncos right now if they were to face in week 2?
To be completely honest with you, since they're gonna start Andy Dalton, probably not.
You have to think of who's starting
Yeah.
right now. If Justin Fields was the quarterback this week for the Chicago Bears, the Bears go from 24 to me in the top 15 probably. That's how good that Justin Fields is and how much he would change this team. But no, with Andy Dalton, I can't put them any higher than 24.
Yeah, I mean, the way I didn't do my list solely on like, oh, like the Texans are gonna beat the Jaguars like every time or whatever.
Right? No, I know. I know
Yeah.
that it's just their team overall. I totally
Yeah.
get that. Just like things are gonna happen. We still have I still have the Packers at number. We both have the Packers at number 6.
Yeah,
even though they just got blown. I have the Saints at number 9. So, I kind of get what you mean. Yeah, I got you.
I did put the Saints right above the Packers, though.
That's okay.
I loved what I saw from Jameis Winston.
I have been a Jameis Winston guy. I think I just need to see more out of Jameis. I mean, I think it was a really bad game out of Green Bay, but they took advantage of that situation and they did really well. So I didn't think that's going to work out really well. Other thoughts that I want you to look when looking at my list is I have the Colts at number 15. Now, this is something we argued about before, and I had to stop us because I wanted to save it for here. I know that the Colts had a bad day. Offensive line looked rough. Wentz looked good. I know he had a fumble and everything, but he still looked really good. They faced the Seahawks, a very good team that I have at number 8 and you have at number 9. So the facing a top 10 team, I think on everyone's list. But you have the Colts at 20. Not a big difference, but yeah, I could say they're in the top 15 and you have to say they're in the top 20, just barely. So what are your main thoughts on the Indianapolis Colts?
Yeah, my whole thing with the Colts is that how did they let Wentz get pressured and sacked that much by this Seattle defense?
And it wasn't even Wentz's fault. It actually
No.
wasn't this time. That's not us sticking up
That's
for him. He's not on the
surprising.
team anymore. It wasn't him messing around or standing in the pocket too long. They got pressure.
Yeah, and it was super surprising. I mean, I can't really name any of their edge rushes or anything.
Yeah.
They have no big name guys, and if you look at that Colts, offensive line, you have Quentin Nelson.
Not playing.
Is he not?
No, he's not. Not
Oh,
playing.
okay, all
That's
right.
another
Well,
big
that's
reason why.
a big reason.
But
But
still,
their left tackle was just looked like Jason Peters out there.
I forget who they signed because Costanzo retired. So I forget
Is
who
it
they have at
Eric
tackle now.
Fisher?
Fisher might have gone to Indy. I don't exactly remember. That sounds like that did happen though.
Yeah. Anyways. And then their receiving core, I mean, I know Wentz made it work, but it was just, it's really just Zach Pascal pretty much.
T.Y. Hilton's not looking good.
Yeah, T.Y. I don't think T.Y. played. If he did,
I
I
don't
mean,
even
it
know.
was, yeah. And
Didn't
then
hear
Paris
anything about him.
Campbell's like a game or two away from tearing his ACL again. So,
and Pittman didn't do much either, and
Pittman
that's
did
someone
not
that
do
needs to
much.
go off.
Their run game looked pretty decent, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you have Jonathan Taylor. I mean, how can it not be?
Yeah,
That man's a
absolute stud.
beast. I love him.
No, he is. He is.
And
Keep
Their
going.
defense then just also didn't look too. I mean, I know it's Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett. I know. But I mean, they just didn't really do anything. Like, it seemed like they were just like, yeah, Seahawks, go for it. I mean, yeah, you can have this touchdown. They just don't know what they want to do on, the defensive side of the ball. I mean, for how much we talk about, Kwity Paye looked really good. Not that game.
Yeah.
And Russell doesn't even have that good of an offensive line,
Yeah. I mean, they did get Dwayne Brown back, but I mean, hey, what's going to happen? Scotty has a question down here. He says, any upsets this week, guys? Do you got any upsets that you think could happen this week? Chances, a lot of games that are going on. Do you think that there's any shot that, obviously we all know what an upset is, the lower, someone that you wouldn't expect to win going to get the win this week? Do you see anything happening this week in the NFL, or do you think it's just going to be complete? There's no way it's just complete dominance from the better teams. Let's be real here. But what teams do you think could have some upsets?
I mean, just briefly scrolling over the schedule, I mean, there's not really too many games that are going to be like upsets. I mean, if you could count like, I don't know, Titans Seahawks, I think the Titans could steal a game from the Seahawks here. You can count that as an upset. If you look at Cowboys Chargers, if you're a big Cowboys fan, you're going to hate me because I think the Chargers are going to run away with that. Justin Herbert's going to light up the Cowboys. And then Chiefs Ravens, I mean, I still think the Chiefs are going to beat the Ravens. Lamar Jackson has played against Patty Mahomes 4 times, I want to say, in his career, and he's lost all 4. And I think it's going to be 0-5 going right into this game. I don't think they stand a chance. Lions Packers, I have no faith in the Lions whatsoever.
Yeah, that's the game that I actually want to ask you about. So yeah, the Packers did not look good. Obviously, we saw they lost a big game to the Saints, but the Lions came back and almost took a dub from the Niners. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that the Packers will come back and this is going to be the game where they come back and just absolutely destroy everyone, or do you think that the Lions actually have a chance?
Offensively speaking, I think the Packers are going to have a really good game. Excuse me, sorry. But defensively speaking, the Packers are probably going to let Goofball, do some work. I mean, DeAndre Swift is going to gain some yards and
he's good,
play
man.
Well. Yeah, he's great.
Swift is really good.
And I think Zadarius Smith is now out. So, I mean, honestly, I could see the Lions upsetting the Packers. I mean,
that'd be nuts. And that is a primetime game.
Is it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
That is a prime time. Yes, it is. So that's going to be, I'll be tuning into that one. That one's going to be great. My last bring up about the power rankings is you just like me, I had the NFC East bunched up in one position, but that's from 20 to 22. You have damn near the whole NFC East from 15 to 17. And to me, that's a tad bit high. That is right in the middle of the pack. Are you getting a little bit higher in this division? Is this no longer the NFC least, or you just kind of see them fitting in? Because in my eyes, when I just look at your list, I think the Dolphins are a better team. I think the Titans are a better team than all of them. I feel like the Colts are better, even like the Raiders maybe. I don't know, but yeah. Are you looking a little bit higher into this division?
I am. I mean, for as much as I hate the Cowboys, they did go toe to toe with the reigning Super Bowl champions and whatnot. And then the Eagles, I mean, that's my bias kicking in, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I just like what I've seen from this team. Offensive line looks great. Jalen Hurts, I mean, I believe in his potential to keep, growing throughout this season. And, I do think Jalen's going to end up as a top 15, 16, 17 range quarterback by the end of this season.
What do you think of that?
Heineke is the GOAT. Absolutely. I love Heineke. I love him more than Fitzmagic. I think this football team, the Washington football team, is better with Heineke than it is with Fitzpatrick. I mean, I truly believe that.
I don't know if one of them really make the rest of the team better. I think they're very kind of similar almost. I don't know. Well, we'll really see as time goes on, because we have not seen much of Heineke. But do you have anything else to pick out through these power rankings? I like your list. I like my list better. At least we can agree on the Jags being last.
What are your thoughts on the Cardinals then? I have the Cardinals at 7. You have them at 11.
I have them at 11. And the reason why I love the Cardinals, Kyler is one of my favorite players in the league. He's my MVP this year. I love the additions of J.J. Watt. I love Chandler Jones. Do I think he's going to have another 5-sack game this year? No. I mean, let's be real. That was just a game they took advantage of the Tennessee Titans. But that's really it. I don't think that defense will keep up how they did before. The Cardinals, I still love them. I know that they're at 11, just outside of my top 10. They could easily get in just by next week. But that's really, I don't know. I don't think that the Niners, I don't think the Cardinals are going to keep up with the pace that they kept up with before. George down here says, do you think the Eagles have a shot at the Super Bowl? Chance, what are your thoughts on it? You think they have a shot?
Well, I think every team has a shot at the Super Bowl.
Well, every team has a shot, but do you think they have a real shot at this Super Bowl?
I'd say somewhat. I'm not gonna totally shut down the idea. I think, if all these pieces come together, yeah, I definitely think we have a shot. I mean, if the offensive line plays like it did, if the whole team plays like it did against the Falcons for the rest of the year, absolutely, we've got a shot.
There you go.
We could have a shot at going 17-0.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, they're right on cue.
Right over here, Dalen says, yes, George's on pace to go 17-0. They are. As of right now, they are. And hopefully that'll keep on going on. I cannot wait for this Sunday. Anything else you want to go over, Chance? Because I think we're getting pretty close to the end. We got everything out we wanted to. Guys, DSM Media, man. Follow on every social media. Instagram, it's DSM Do Something Major. On Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, it's all under DSM Media. So just keep on checking out. Subscribe, follow, do it all. We are very excited for everything that's going on in DSM. What the Football, man. 4th episode in the 2nd season. We're going, man. We're going, and we're loving it. We're going to keep on going on. Chance, is that all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got, man.
All right, man. Thank you guys for watching. This has been What the Football.